Hello everyone and welcome back to From City to Country. I'm Kizzy and I've just discovered in the garden that it's actually time to harvest our garlic. I sowed these garlic back in September 2021 on the 16th, and I put a note for myself on my phone to harvest exactly 9 months after I've sowed it, which was the 14th of April, and it's the 12th of May today. I'm a month late. It's only just been giving garlic scapes now, so I'm just gonna see if I can harvest some now. I did sow garlic successionally. The garlic that I'm going to test to see today if it's ready to harvest is actually the one I sowed in September of last year. I'll just show you what our garlic looks like right now. This is actually pretty interesting because I wouldn't have noticed this if I wasn't on the phone walking around and happened to spot one of the garlic scapes on here, which is right here. So I completely forgot I left a note for myself on my phone saying when to harvest, because garlic, they take 9 months to maturity. I sowed mine earlier than we've ever done them, which is the 16th of September of last year, and I think the majority of everyone else, they basically sowed theirs sometime in October of last year, between October and December, maybe January. I wanted to see, you know, how the garlic would do if I did it much earlier than October, which is what we did for the first year. I'll link the video for that somewhere up here so you can click and watch to your heart's content. But yeah, I'm just gonna harvest one and we'll see what we're working with here. Just going to remove the netting that we've used to cover here. As you can see, we have no fencing here. The fence posts are there, but there's no fencing. So we have partridges, we have pheasants that come and, you know, dig up around here, and other birds like doves, you know, having a little nose round to see what's in the garden that they can peck at. So that's one of the reasons for the netting. The other reason for the netting is to keep those leaf miners or leaf miners? I'll put the name on the screen here. Basically, they embed themselves into any of the family, such as alliums, like onions and garlic and all that fun stuff. And they make it difficult for you to be able, or impossible for you to be able to store your garlic. And I didn't want that, because there was a lot of people who was having trouble with that last year, and I got worried that we might be susceptible to that as well. So we got the netting, and it's EnviroMesh from Naturally Made, I think the website's called. I'll put that up here as well for you to search if you're interested in purchasing that. I'm not affiliated with them or anything, but if they are watching this and would like to work with me, I'm open for it. Oh, look at that. I thought the storm took everything away, but this is what's left of the label, which isn't really helpful because the part with the name on is not there. So apologies for if the wind is distorting my voice or anything. So I'm gonna start here because this part of the bed I did sow first. So, I think we've got a few splits here. So one garlic clove split into 3. So I'm not expecting a lot out of these 3 here. but this one next to those three looks like it has like a big stalk. And how you would know if garlic is ready to harvest, there's a few different opinions online, to each their own, but here the true leaves of the garlic would be dead, and as you can see here, what I'm holding is actually in fact dead and crispy. So I think these are more than ready to be harvested. So let's see what we've got. Let's go with this one. Oh dear, that was anticlimactic. Not very big at all. The stalk was big and it looked promising, but yeah, not much to write home about. Thinking, do I continue to harvest this? It's exactly, well, a month later than the 9 months. Something to know about when harvesting garlic is that you don't want to leave it too long. That can be a problem, and too early can also be a problem. So you want to get it just right. And to be honest, in my opinion, the only way to get it right is if you check to see what they look like. And in this case, I don't know. What do you guys think? Was it ready? Was it not ready? I mean, it hasn't split yet, but something I noted last year when we did harvest them, it looked like this, but after it dried, then we saw the split form. So I'm not sure. Put any tips that you have in the comments below if you are well versed in harvesting garlic. After going through all of them, I think what I'll do today is harvest all the garlic scapes, and we'll prepare something for dinner later on. And yeah, give these garlic bulbs some more time. But what we had a lot of this week was a lot of rain, and I don't think that is good. And I think we have more rain coming as it's set up to rain again. We have dark heavy looking clouds in the sky right now, and I'm quite worried as to when to harvest these. What I have my eye on right now though is our onions that we sown from seed last year as well, around the same time we sowed the garlic. So I am going to check to see if any of them are ready, and I'm going to show you what happened to our red onions. Our red onions was one of the last to put out, but they were sown as bulbs, so they probably needed less time, but they are bolting. They have the little bolted flower on top, and that's not good. Here is the bed with half of it being red onion, half of it being garlic. The garlic on that side is not looking very good. I'll give you a close-up in a second, but yeah, they don't look too well. But here is the red onions, and as you can see, they are bolting. They've got their little tip here. We did have a dry spell for some time, and then we had sudden rainfall, so that probably wasn't the best for the onions, and they don't seem to have liked it that much. Here's a bed where we sowed the onion from seed. Some of it is beginning to fall over, which when you search online, that's when people tend to harvest onions, is when they begin to fall over completely. So there's one in the middle there that I'm seeing that I'd like to get a closer look of. So let's just get the netting off. Like, I wonder what variety this was. Oh yes, something the storm didn't take away. Globo. And that was, oh, this was actually sown on the 6th of September of last year. And then we planted it out much later than that. Yeah, so this one is looking pretty good. Like the bottom leaf is beginning to fall over, if you can see here. The bottom leaf here is beginning to fall over. This one. And the bulb is looking like an alright size, if I'm honest. They're all different sizes. Some is smaller than the other, but this one so far is the biggest that I can see. I think I'd leave it in there to see how big they get. I just hope I'm not, you know, pushing it with harvesting these onions and garlics, because I don't want to risk it and then I can't harvest them. So what I'm going to do is just weed in between these and give them maybe a feed or something, and then see how they do. So I'm looking at the red onions that have bolted, and I just remembered that we're supposed to harvest the onions that have bolted, because they won't mature anymore once they've started to set seed. So the best thing to do when your onions are bolted is dig them up and use them. They'll still taste fine, but I suppose we just can't store them because they won't store very well. So what I can do is dig them up, clean them up, and then chop them up and freeze them or use them fresh. But I think we will probably freeze the ones that have bolted, so they won't go to waste. But I really wanted to get them all the way to maturity with good sized bulbs, you know. But hey ho. Welcome to gardening. There we go. Not very big, but we won't waste them. Looking for more. That's bolted. Another one that's bolted there. See their flowers here. Not very big bulbs. They almost look like shallots. But yeah. I didn't grow these from seed, so I'm wondering if I had grown these from seed, would I have had a different outcome than this? Would they have bolted so early, is what I'm wondering. So next year, God willing, I will try to grow red onions from seed instead of, you know, the bulbs, and see how that goes. I'm just gonna go ahead and continue picking off the garlic scapes from this garlic, and then we'll take it inside. I know a lot of people like to use garlic scapes to make pesto. I did try that last year and it tasted really nice. We made like I think we tried to make pesto and we made a garlic butter as well. That was really nice. So not much of a garlic harvest that I was expecting, to be honest with you, but we did harvest some garlic. It just was the garlic that it was one clove that I planted and it split into 3 or 2, and it was preventing the other from expanding, the other bulbs from expanding. So I harvested those. But they're not going to go to waste though. I also harvested some of the bolted onions that you saw. Going forward, I think we're only going to start onions from seed, because from what we can see so far, the onion started from seed is far superior than the ones that we sown as bulbs. That is a note to put in my garden journal. So I remember now I've tried it for myself and not going just based on what other people have said. I have actually experienced it for myself and now I can actually write it off. So folks, here is the onion and garlic harvest so far for 2022. A bit of a disappointment, but not too much because they're not going to go to waste. We're going to wash them up, clean them, chop them up and store them in the freezer. Not ideal because I really didn't want to store them that way. I wanted to have them dry out and, you know, do it the natural way that doesn't involve a freezer. But you know, we're thankful for what little we can get. We learn and we move on and try again next time. Hope you guys are not too disappointed. But don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Please do share these videos if you think it will be of some use to anyone else that's interested in gardening. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care and God bless. Bye bye.